Hi, my name is Riley Allen. This is my review of Season 1, Episode 14 of Gravity Falls, titled The Bottomless Pit. The plot of this episode is centered around the bottomless pit, and I do believe, I could be wrong, but I do believe it has been mentioned in previous episodes that there is a bottomless pit at the Mystery Shack. I could be misremembering. Well, anyway, Stan introduces the bottomless pit because I don't know why he's introducing the bottomless pit. I don't know how that magically reappeared, even with the weirdness of Gravity Falls. I don't know. I feel like that would have been something that would have been introduced to them earlier. Well, through plot-related wins, they all fall in and decide to spend what they think might be the last moments of their life telling stories. This is basically one of those episodes where everything is a short 3 episodes into one. Dipper's short is about how he was being made fun of for having gone through puberty and voice cracks. I kind of understand why he got self-conscious. He was being made fun of for something that he couldn't control, so he went to McGucket, of all people, for a voice concoction, changed his voice. And McGucket, I love McGucket. He's my favorite side character. He scares someone with his crazy voice, and he says, "You can run, but I'll always be in your nightmares." So Dipper's voice is like this voice, like the typical type of Chad voice, I suppose it could be. Then nobody likes it because they're used to Dipper's voice. They despite what they said, they did like Dipper's voice. So he gets made fun of, and then he kind of gets into this scuffle with these bikers, I guess. And then he goes back to McGucket to get his regular voice back. No, to get a different voice, but he decides after hearing a voiceover of Mabel saying that even though they're making fun of his voice, they still love him, which just makes him decide to keep his original voice. We go back, and then we have Seuss's story, and he tells us about how his goal is to get the highest score on a pinball game. Mabel and Dipper tell him, just cheat, just shake the game. Well, the game, of course, didn't like it. So the game came to life, sucked Seuss, Mabel, and Dipper in, and made him play the game inside the game. Well, they managed to get Seuss to the power button to turn it off. After basically kind of tricking and escaping the cowboys and sculling, because it was cowboy-themed pinball machine. Then Stan, still denying the existence of supernatural, says he didn't believe either of those stories, and makes up the most Stan story ever, saying that he won this obligatory football game. Then Mabel's story is she's sick and tired of Stan always telling these lies, so she stole Dipper's book to figure out. She found these dentures, truth dentures, which would make Stan tell only the truth. So that's what she did. She forced him to tell the truth, and in a rare show of due diligence, the cops actually tried to, go after Stan for his crimes, that he's admitting to. Only, to the incompetence to bubble back when Mabel just basically lies pretty badly, and they believe it. Anyways, they realized that she realized that you need to tell lies, and being always truthful is not good, or at least being truthful is not good for Stan. So she takes him out and locks him in a box and throws the box in the bottomless pit, which she then sees, which basically confirmed the stories were true. I couldn't really tell at the point if they were making stories up or if they were telling true stories. It's a Gravity Falls, so, I kind of thought they were true, but, it was the confirmation of the box being in the bottomless pit. Then this bright light appears, and I guess they think they're going to heaven or dying or something, but it wasn't a bottomless pit. It was like a vortex loop of sorts. So it just spat them out the other end, back onto land. And then Stan falls back in. And that's how the episode ends. I kind of feel like this episode would have been better suited just being broken up into 3 separate little short episodes for like to be released with the shorts that they did in between season 1 and 2. The journal made an appearance, so I'm glad that happened. It was a fun episode. I feel like it just felt out of place for me. These rare obligatory story episodes where they're all in a room and they're telling stories that happened. We already had the time travel episode, so we had to have this one, you know. I'd give it a 5 out of 10. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.